Ralph, I need you to go over to the right. Watch your 20, watch your 20. Phil, to the back, to the back, to the back. Alright, yeah. Engage. Yeah. There we go. And, alright. Okay. Bear is AFC. Hey, couplets, how you doing? Just doing a little bit of gaming here. Welcome back to another Bear with me, Bear Elliott. So, last week, I don't know if you happened to see this article that came out. It had to do about a 13-year-old young man who spent $4,500 on Microsoft's FIFA. Now, FIFA is a game that you can play. It's soccer. And at first, when I was like, holy crap, and then the story came out about that the parents were going to sue him. Now, you know, media gets all kinds of discombobulated. But truth is that this young 13-year-old male boy, he was on the game. He spent $4,500 worth of stuff, kept charging for new players. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. These parents should really be watching over this child. Why aren't they parenting him? And so forth. And then what really ticked me off was the whole thing about they were going to sue him. Or not sue him, they were going to sue Microsoft. You know what I'm talking about. Well, I actually did a little research today after I read this article about how his parents were going to sue and Microsoft and how Microsoft has to put all of these restrictions on to keep these kids from charging up these extraordinary high amounts. Now, luckily, this family is able to afford this with no problem. It's not really the case. There's a lot more going on with this story. Now, this family moved from the West Coast to the East Coast. 13-year-old boy, not having a lot of friends. He started to socialize with everyone back home through the game and meeting new friends and everything. He just wasn't interacting outside of the world. That happens so much. Now, the parents, according to the blog, the dad said that they are not seeking any kind of legal. Let's see currently if they're going to be seeking any legal advice. But they're currently not going after Microsoft for these funds, and they've already paid off the credit cards. But this did bring up a whole new scenario inside my head and with gaming. Because in the gaming community, which I'm a member of, you do develop friendships of a sort online. You don't ever actually meet them. Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. But it is a big concern for the youth. We are becoming an antisocial sociology group. We're just a whole conglomerate of antisocial people who socialize through social media. A lot of social going on. So this is just a heads up to parents. You know, just interact with your kids. Play with your kids. Play the games. You may have absolutely no interest in the game. But hey, you might find something of interest in it. Or there are family games that you can play, all kinds of stuff like that. So don't just use your Xbox or your PS5, 6, 20, whatever we're up to these days. Don't use that as a babysitter. Interact with your kids. Get out there and game with them. You never know. You might find a game as well, because I know that nothing makes me feel better than, you know, shooting off a couple rounds and taking out some zombies and some aliens. It always makes me feel better. So yeah, that's just my advice. And when I saw this article, I just wanted to talk about it. About, hey, you know, try socializing with your kids through the game, not using it as a babysitter. And I really do hope that kid gets out there and meets some friends out in the real world and, you know, find his community. And speaking of my community, Captain Bear needs to go back in and clean some fields. So until next time, bye, Cublets! Die.
I could go out in the darkness, see you calling my name. I hear you shouting, hear you calling, but it's not the same. Every word that you are throwing right into my back doesn't matter to me, cause I'm keeping my track. Let me go. Let me go.